Hello, my name is Zach, and I will be assisting you with setting up and assigning tasks, as well as checking in and checking out of tasks. To do so, you will need to start by moving over to the News tab on the left-hand side. We can see right at the top, the task is one of the first options that will appear. So in this case, I'm going to create a task for a project I created, John Doe. And I will say, let's visit John Doe. The description is so that way we can check to make sure he still has medication. And the project, we can see I've created a project as well. And the type of task we will say is a visit. The time the task will end, I'm going to go ahead and set this for 4. But we can see here that I'm able to schedule this task in advance as well as make it a reoccurring task. So if I did want to make this a reoccurring task, I could do so by having it repeat once a week, once a month, once a year, based on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, etc. And also have a specific end date for when it would stop reoccurring or how often it should reoccur. So for now, I'm just going to hit cancel. I do want to just only have one task in this instance. And then I will set the address up for Pennsylvania. Going to go ahead and click continue, assign it to myself, and we can see that there's a priority listing for how high of a priority this visit is. It could be a high priority, meaning it needs immediate action, lowest being the least amount of action for needed. Then if it is billable for a customer, in this example, it will not be billable. And then lastly, if a signature is required. Then lastly, I can add any notes that may be needed that could pertain to the task at hand. In this case, let's say reach out to John's contacts before arriving at his house. And this would just inform the employee that is assigned to the task that they need to reach out. And this will be visible when setting up for the task. So we're going to go ahead and create this task and go back home. Now I will switch over to my phone. So my phone is a virtual system in this case, just because I don't have a perfect example of my phone. Let's say here we are. I'm going to go ahead and sign in. We'll use my account. And I'll just kind of move through these areas. I do want to create more tutorials for signing up, so there may be a couple more things that show up here. Things like two-factor authentication. There we are. Looks like, here it is. So for now, I'll just move past that. But normally, you should always have two-factor set up with your account. So we have 2 visits appearing here with each location and who we are visiting based on the task title. So I created one before, which has my actual address for completing this task, and then another address. In this case, what I want to inform you is that FieldWorker is a geographically driven app. So in the cases of a task that needs to be checked in and checked out of, you need to be on location. So if I try to check into this area in Pennsylvania, we can see here that it will not complete. I do not live in the state of Pennsylvania, so this will not work. But if I try to check in where my address is, we can see that I will be able to check in and check out. Now, this allows for accurate checking in and checking out, so that way your employees will always let you know the moment they arrive on location that they are able to check in. And this will happen as well for checking out. There we go. Once that is completed, I'm actually going to switch back to the web page here, give it a little refresh just to make sure that my session hasn't expired. And I'm going to go over to timesheets. From here, I'll be able to look for the employee who completed a task, which is myself, and see that my task was completed. Now, if you have any other questions, concerns, or issues with creating and assigning tasks, always feel free to reach out to support@fieldworker.ai, and an onboarding specialist will be able to assist you as soon as possible, as well as set up a meeting at your soonest convenience. Thank you.